Yeah, no, this is just the pre-show,
Yeah,
Cross.
the pre-show. This is where they come. They get a little bit of bread, and then we give them the butter.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then we
but
diddle them.
you don't want to see the guys like buttering the bread. Like that's supposed to be done off screen.
No, they're buttering the bread.
They
What
butter
kind
their
of
own bread.
fucking
What type of restaurant
Yeah.
are we?
No, we're
bread
giving
buttery do
them the
you go to?
bread, and then we're giving them the butter. They're buttering the bread with their own thoughts and opinions that are, you
I
know.
think we should start this podcast with buttered bread. Is all I'm saying, and then they get both.
Okay, so what are we gonna do to give them a little extra then?
Well, they just
I
have to
don't
go
know.
get it
How do you
themselves.
feel about
Cube's
partial
gonna
nudity?
dance naked. Oh,
Okay.
there we go. You know how I feel about partial
Consensus.
nudity. Perfect.
All I heard was that I'm gonna dance naked. I don't
Oh,
think the
Have
stream.
have you ever watched Berserk, Cross?
Yes. All,
Do you
all
know?
original.
Do you know who the character is? Who he does a lot of voice work. He's also like the announcer from Kirby Back at Ya. he's like Kirby. Fuck, I can't do the fucking voice.
Well, if you
Uh,
know that, you could find out who he is if you.
I think it's
Go to
TG
IMDb.
Storm,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
But are you talking about the original '80s Berserk or the new Berserk?
I'm
Because
talking about the old one. The one
Yeah, I've
on-
only-
yeah.
yeah,
I've
the
only-
new. I mean, they remade a whole bunch of the anime as like movies, but they took out a lot of the hilarious '80s style homosexual undertones, which was like half the reason it was great.
Cube, I think you're streaming a black stream right now. Is that on purpose?
No,
No,
I'm
see,
not.
I see the title card.
I
Uh,
don't see that. That's weird.
hey Glyphus, hey Buckus.
Are there actually 11? We should probably start if there's actually 11 people watching. This is
Well, the usual thing is that if when we do start, I switch it over to the fan. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. You can see. Ready?
yeah, I've seen it for the last 2 minutes.
Welcome to the Winku podcast for 9/19/16. I'm here with Butkus and Across, and our fan art of this week is Savage Lands. Let me put my circle in the middle of your O by
That's a good one.
Anonymous.
Hey yo, bibbity bobbity. I'm
Also-
Butkus.
Dagless and I got the random idea to look at who was the top and the bottom on Brokeback Mountain, because this is a parody of the movie Brokeback Mountain, which is about two gay people finding, they go through drama and bullshit like
yeah,
that.
they find love. One of them
But
gets
it's
in
in
a
a
shootout
world that
with
doesn't
the other.
accept them.
Yeah, it's in
the
a world that
Wild
doesn't
West.
accept them. Gay cowboys. But then I looked up who was the top and bottom, and I think it was me in that picture. I'm pretty sure I
You
was
were
the top.
both the top and bottom.
Well-
Wow.
Usually that means you're just the
also,
bottom.
it's the Wild West. No one is accepted in the Wild West. Come on.
Well, you know what they say.
No, but they were leading like false lives. Like I think one of them might have even been married.
Yeah,
But
I'm pretty sure
they
one of them
loved
was.
each other. Yeah, I didn't see it, but you get pretty much the entire plot from the trailers.
So welcome to the Winku podcast, where we always talk about Brokeback Mountain. There's literally nothing but Brokeback Mountain.
That's my favorite.
So yeah, how are you guys doing? How's it going? What's up?
Yeah, Dagless, how's it going?
Oh, I've been doing good. I got over my sickness, and now I'm streaming again, and playing lots of Salt and Sanctuary off stream like a doob instead of streaming it.
Are you angry that Companion got you sick?
Yes,
Okay, you
I
should
didn't
be.
want AIDS.
Well, too bad. That's what happens when we have unprotected.
Okay, no, that's yeah. That's what happens when you stab someone with a needle that you got out of the AIDS clinic.
Exactly.
Okay, there's a very
Oh,
unintentional
sorry,
theme that's risen up.
sorry. Apple's clinic.
There we go.
I mean, isn't that what we said?
That's what I said in the original.
He mispronounced it.
Yeah.
You both did. So I'm good. We're settled in the new house. It's fine. It's way better than our old house. I've started recording again, doing some Mark of the Ninja. Just uploaded the last episode of Batman. So now I need like another one besides Mark of the Ninja and Spore to go up there. I haven't quite figured that out.
Didn't you
But,
do a video series on Mark of the Ninja, or was that me?
That was you.
Oh,
You did a video series on Mark of the Ninja.
that game is good.
It's really good, yeah. And now my computer's actually good enough to record it, which oddly enough it wasn't before. I don't know why, but certain 2D games do weird things. So
and optimize and all that jazz.
Yeah. How are you doing, Crumb Cranion Circle?
I'm doing fine. I've been doing basically the same thing. I gotta, like, do something that isn't this all the time. Because as much as I do enjoy sitting here and fucking playing games and recording them and, put off editing them and, just playing games
Yeah,
with you
it
fucking
just
goons.
destroys your motivation in your life.
Exactly. It's just like, you're sitting there, you're doing the same fucking thing, you lose your sleep schedule, and the next thing you know, it's been 3 months. It's like,
Yeah,
holy fuck.
your life just balls out of control. It's just going.
Exactly. So it's like, I gotta get something going.
Yeah,
Even if
Well,
it's like a
that's the
shitty
issue.
part-time job.
When you started, you were in school, so it probably didn't seem like a waste because you were in school, you were doing something, you were progressing, and then you were doing this.
Well,
But
I
now
mean, when I
it's-
started Cross, that was
this.
the year that I sort of flunked online school.
No,
So,
fair enough.
yeah.
I didn't know that
Like,
happened.
if I didn't have fucking this, like, YouTube back then, I would have gone fucking insane from having nothing to do.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
there was a point for me where making YouTube videos, like I started making YouTube videos because I was depressed a little bit, and my girlfriend just broke up with me and all sorts of shit, and I was like, fuck it, let's do something new. And then there was a point where it switched from being like the job / thing I did to where I started getting lazy with it, where I stopped editing, and it just became like a thing. It became like, it didn't
job.
fill that job spot for me anymore. So, I wasn't sticking to a schedule anymore.
Hmm.
And then shit happens.
Yeah,
It's hard,
no,
it's hard to
I-
keep a schedule.
I definitely got to a period where I didn't want to like do this anymore either. But that's because again, I wasn't doing anything else, and I suddenly realized that, and I was like, I need to like leave my house occasionally.
Yeah.
And I've never gotten back to the complete upload schedule that I had before that
Every
moment.
single fucking day.
Yeah,
God.
which was crazy that I maintained that for like 4 years.
Yeah, no,
But
I couldn't even
just-
imagine doing that shit.
It wasn't that hard before I had another job because that was all I had to do, and I looked at it as my job because it was paying most of my rent. But I just once I played all the games I wanted to, it started to be kind of
Yeah.
Ugh.
I recently looked into monetization for my YouTube channel because I was thinking, if I'm going to justify putting a lot of time into my YouTube channel in the future, I was thinking about making, some money from it. But then Cross and I figured out that I would make like maybe $50 every
Every
10
year.
months.
every. If you're lucky, yeah, I have to realize you'd probably get a slightly worse contract than me, so it'd
Yeah.
probably be about every year.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that is not worth putting all my viewers into the position of either watch the ads or ad block.
I
You get
mean, they're
$50
probably
a
on
year.
they're probably on the position of ad block anyways. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for just a little bit. Maybe monetizing and partnering up would actually help your channel grow a bit faster
I don't know
and make
about
it
that.
more worth it in the future.
As far as I can tell, Maker has done zero to help my channel grow. I think I would have exactly the same numbers.
Yeah,
as
but did
And
you,
Yoshi?
did you seize the moment? Did you do collabs with every Dick, Tom, and Harry? Come on.
What about Yoshi,
Well-
Dagless?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to his YouTube channel.
Well, that's a good question, Dagless, but that has nothing to do with joining the group. I could have
No,
done that.
I know.
Yeah. So
The worst part for me is if I join like a group for that, which I'm not going to because I don't do anything with my YouTube channel anyways. I would just like ask people from other places to do collabs too. I'm only supposed to do collabs with people from Polaris.
well,
Oh,
they don't
fuck
have
that.
those rules. You'd be-
Well, I figure that people mostly stick around that sort of thing anyways.
If they
though.
did have those
Well-
rules, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, Polaris, like, I think they might strong on you a little bit, but, like, you're not going to get into Polaris. You'd be in the lower level, like
Yeah.
what I'm in.
Yeah.
And they
No,
don't.
that was just an example.
Their rules are throw hundreds of bodies into our organization and give us pennies a month that adds up to millions of dollars
That's-
over time.
That's every fucking MCN nowadays, man.
It didn't. When I joined, you had to have at least 700 views a day, which cut out, 95% of Let's Players. And because of that, they actually, like, you could send them a support ticket and they would answer you in, like, a day or two. Because sometimes it was really important.
And then they found out how to make fat cash money.
Yeah, then they're like, they removed any requirement, so you just need to sign up, and that's the only requirement. Is I think you might need to make like there was some requirement, but it's like ridiculously low.
Well, I
Like
feel like
50.
it's probably hard for these companies to make money, so, like with the
Hmm.
way advertising is, like it's only advertising that makes money. That's why so many people do Patreon and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard for the MCNs to make money. That's hard for me to believe. Because
probably
they
do
don't,
other stuff,
unlike
too.
YouTube, they don't have like a server cost.
Yeah.
And when they increased their membership into my network by probably a factor of like 100, maybe 1,000, I don't think they hired like 1,000 extra employees to help either. Because again, just based on the waiting ticket times, now it would take like a month for them to get back to me.
It wouldn't make sense economically either, because you have all
Yeah.
these smaller channels. You're going to hire a person for like every single one of them or every 10 of them. It's just not economically feasible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I'd asked really important things that were affecting like other, like I needed financial information from them, and it took so long it affected like my health care and.
I remember
other
that
stuff.
shit. You're like, I want
Yeah.
health care, but they won't give me anything, so I can't do.
Yeah, it took me 1 month for them to tell me that they didn't do the thing that I needed them to do.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
You know, another thing I was thinking about is the potential for people to see the YouTube video, see that there's like new viewers coming to my channel, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, he's all right. Let me check out the rest of the videos." Then they see that I'm monetized on my channel. Do you think that's going to turn anybody away?
Okay, Cube. You've watched YouTube videos for how many years now? Have you ever done that?
I've done it a few times, yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
I've never looked if someone was monetized. If there's
Yeah,
an
I
ad,
don't even notice.
I never hold it against the person. Like,
Well,
I don't
no,
even
I don't
think
hold it
about
against the person, Dagless. If it's a random YouTube video, I go to I click on the YouTube video, and if it's like a minute-long advertisement with no skip thing or a 30-second long one, and I don't have the patience for the 30 seconds, I'm just like, oh, fuck this. And I just close
that
it
can
out.
happen, yeah. But,
Yeah, but you get to choose what kind of ads are on your videos.
That is true. I think
Well-
Relic actually made all of his YouTube videos banner ads only.
Yeah, I mean, you do get to choose, but then sometimes you'll go back on and all of the ads will be back up to maximum. At least that's what's happened to me before.
Yeah.
And so I remember repeatedly trying to take them off my Dynamite videos because they were really short and it was a blog type thing. I thought the ads ruined it, like, artistically or whatever.
Yeah.
And after the third time, I just stopped because I just kept on putting them back on there. So
I really do feel like though, like a lot of people just don't care about ads. They either have ad block or they just don't care.
I'd have to probably, because I don't notice. Like, it doesn't even register to me that, oh, this video doesn't have ads anymore. It might register if I'm looking for like an OTS. Is that what is it? The soundtrack for a game and there's ads, especially when it's not an
yeah.
official thing. Then I
Yeah.
get a bit annoyed because I know that they shouldn't be getting the money for that.
It's pretty fucking scummy.
OST.
OST, yes, original soundtrack.
Dyslexia.
Yes, I got all the letters. They're just not in the right order. Yeah, the original soundtracks. If those have ads, then I usually get annoyed. But anything else, pretty much.
Really? But they're like an hour long. Like, I'm fine waiting like 30 minutes to listen to an hour of music.
I usually listen to the ones that are like of a playlist, though.
Well, no,
Oh.
Dagless, he doesn't mean, even if it was an hour long, he's talking about a random person ripping the audio
Yes.
and then uploading it to YouTube and making money off of that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and under principle, that pisses me off, basically. So,
I mean, that's the type of shit I think I would flag if, ever.
If I bothered to flag ever.
Also, for a lot of my content creators, I did some, like, research bullshit for a state building or something, and I got a kind of gift card, debit card that you could just spend online, it wasn't rechargeable. And I just gave, like, $5 to one content creator that I watch a lot, and then $10 to another one, and then $20 to my favorite one, SSOHPKC. And, then I started using ad block on their videos because I gave them a donation directly, and that's a lot more beneficial than sitting there watching the fucking
I
ads.
don't owe you shit, you fucker. I gave
Well,
you
it's
money directly.
if you pay $1 to a YouTuber, you can watch them guilt-free forever. Forever. Because you have
Exactly.
given them more money than you ever would have already.
Oh, it's like donating to Wikipedia.
No. I haven't I'm not gonna do that.
I donated $20 to Wikipedia a while ago.
Oh, well, yeah, you can definitely do that for guilt-free forever.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like your entire life. And I'm not
Yeah.
being sarcastic.
Yeah.
It's pretty
So-
fucking great. So yeah, just donate. Like, we've talked about this before on the podcast, so you know.
No.
There's one thing I wanted to mention since, I guess people are already in the podcast here. I was going to bring up the Q&A section. I think we're going to probably do a little bit of that later on in the podcast, but I wanted to link to a Q&A segment thread that we have on a subreddit, on Drive Not Found subreddit, where you can ask us questions for this podcast, and we will answer them in future podcasts.
Yeah, so go there, ask your questions to the waiting queue, and then ignore anything Drive Not Found. That's not what you're there for. Ignore that.
No, Dagless, see, it's supposed to incentivize people to
I
cross
know,
over into
I'm
the other
just
brand.
kidding. The other brand, but just the same brand, sort of.
Oh, it's a different brand.
I guess it's a difference between like the waiting queue with like 100% cross nights concentrate, to Drive Not Found with like 2% cross nights.
What do you mean
That's generous,
100%?
yeah.
That's
Well,
50%
he's here every time, isn't
cross
he?
nights.
No, but he's
I-
always here.
God
I'm
damn
in
it.
the chat room of Drive Not Found sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, 2%.
Okay, I get that. It's 2% all from chat room.
I would love to see the amount of streams, take all the streams on Drive Not Found, compile them, and
Like time per streamer.
yeah, time per streamer.
See, the thing is though, how do we account for all the games that you and I play co-op?
Well, I mean, we would just count those as the same.
Is that a cube stream or is that a cube and Dagless?
That would be a Cube and Dagless stream since
Okay,
we're
well
both
then
there.
I'm definitely in the lead because you don't stream games by yourself.
Unless
I mean,
it's Silent Hill.
I stream with Buttkiss sometimes, and
That's true.
Oh, we do play HOTS. I guess that's the last several times I've appeared was due to
I've
HOTS.
missed every time you play HOTS, but at
Really?
the same time, I don't care because I don't like MOBAs.
We've had like 5 streams that I've been a part of for HOTS.
I think I always like pop in and see them, and then I'm like, fuck it, Cube's not streaming, I'm out.
wow, that's adorable, Dagless. I feel like the picture really fits with that.
No.
So yeah, do you guys have anything you want to talk about in current gaming news?
No,
Since that's our
podcast
first
over.
topic. Oh.
Later.
Current gaming news. I mean, there's lots of things we could talk about that everybody has talked about.
Well, what were you talking about? A company suing someone? Because I
Okay,
haven't
so
heard about that.
I mean, you don't watch Jimquisition, I'm assuming.
I do.
You do, then I don't know how you haven't heard about this. You know do you know who Digital Homicide is?
I vaguely in the back of my mind, but I
Okay,
want to be
well,
able to tell you.
they tried to sue Jim from the Jimquisition for saying the things that he said about them, and then that didn't happen. So people have been reviewing their games poorly on Steam, so they tried to sue like 100 random Steam users. And basically got all their games taken off Steam because Steam was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Are you stupid?" And then they were stupid. So you know what you do with them? You throw them in the furnace.
That's pretty great. I've actually been on a Jimquisition like bender, like watching all of his stuff, but I must have missed that one.
Well, he didn't talk about it. He only mentioned it offhandedly during the last Jimquisition. He said he wasn't going to say anything about it. Probably
wait,
because he
when
doesn't
he
want to
made
get
this-
sued again.
He made some veiled thing about some company that was doing something, and he was
Yeah,
talking
he said
I didn't
he
get
said
it.
I'm not going to say anything about a certain company that's done a certain thing. And,
I mean, they won at that point then, if he doesn't shit all over them again.
No, but they didn't win because what is there to say? It's like yeah, they did something stupid. Okay, it fucked them over.
Well,
It
why-
fucked no one but them over. Like what?
Why can't he say who did it? Is it just because he doesn't want to get sued?
He can. He just doesn't want to. Well, it's not like if they sue him, it's not like it's gonna do anything to him.
Okay,
But he's got
I'm
he's got to
thinking-
go to court.
I
He's
feel
got to
like-
do all the legal stuff.
Yeah, knowing Jim, it's probably that, plus, it's just a sly way of making a joke, a jape
Yeah.
at their expense, a little
Well,
bit.
the thing is, he basically veiledly mentioned them, and I had no idea who he was. I thought he was talking about
We
Konami.
could get sued for talking about
Konami.
this.
Because he has an entire thing like every episode where Konami does something and he yells at them, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, Konami. Fuck Konami News. Yeah.
I'm just sad because Konami has some of my favorite properties, and they are not friendly to Let's Players.
Like Metal
not-
Gear
they're not-
Survive, Cross's
They're not
favorite
friendly
fucking
to
property.
their fucking employees either.
it's just Suikoden. I just want to Let's Play Suikoden, and I'm too scared. I just want to Let's Play.
Cross, I've got a Let's Play of Silent Hill 1 with 2 parts content ID'd up on my channel. Not like, taken down. and
Are they ID'd
striked.
for sound or for visual?
Video?
No, I'm not screwing with that. I can't do anything.
I'm not
without
touching
video.
it. I'm getting out of there.
Well, no,
No.
they claimed cutscenes, the beginning cutscene and
Okay.
an end cutscene. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how the
That's-
fuck you're supposed to
that's
work
weird that they
around
would
that.
Claim that.
I mean,
Yeah, I can't. I can do something about the audio. You can take that out, but it is way harder to mess with video.
yeah, like that fucking random company based in Nigeria or something like that, Ben Murphy International, that claimed the end credits of a Half-Life 2 mod.
Well, for Breath of Fire, which is first of all owned by Capcom, which is very friendly to Let's Players, and this game was released in 1992. I got 2 visual copyright claims from. Again, there's no cutscenes; it's just the characters moving around, and the company was in Japanese, so I don't know if it was real or not because I couldn't read anything that they were based on. So I just had to cut out parts of the video. There wasn't anything I could do about it.
Google Translate.
That didn't really help to tell if they were.
Oh, that reminds me of the time when I played all of Super Mario World in a stream. I played all of it, beginning to end, in one stream, and all of it got audio muted by Nintendo. and I sent in a request because it was audio muted by Nintendo, but it was a remix by someone else that they were audio muting, and it's not a remix because it's the original music. And I sent in a thing because I wanted to highlight the entire thing and then, post it to the archive. They never got back to me on it. They never, did anything about it. So the video just disappeared, and I was like, well, that's that.
That's the reason why I record on OBS while I stream, because I
Yeah,
had that
I
same
would do
fucking
that,
problem.
but,
I had that
you
same
know.
problem with Tales from the Borderlands. Just large swaths of that got all fucked up because of Twitch, and plus the resolution got shittier because I ripped it from Twitch.
Yeah.
That poor
Yeah.
fucking playthrough. I like that playthrough too. A viewer gave me the game to stream or play, and I shat all over his hopes and dreams.
I'm pretty
You
sure
didn't-
they
you didn't see
enjoyed
any
the
of it.
stream.
I don't think they were
Yeah.
there for the stream. They said they were gonna
Oh.
wait till it was posted, but I don't know what I can do with that footage when so much of it is muted.
You're gonna have to play it again.
Again, I don't think it would have the same effect, Dagless.
You're gonna have to play it again, and just make the worst decisions. Do a what would be the word? Unoptimized run where everybody dies except the main character.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. It's
It's a Telltale game.
I mean, it's a Telltale game, so if they would normally
all the
survive
illusion
till
of
the
choice.
end, they can't die. I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, okay, that's the thing. That company's a dick.
Yeah.
Another thing
You wanna-
is that new Resident Evil movie trailer is out. What the fuck is that?
Wait, they're
You
making
watched it?
another new Resident
Jesus
Evil
Christ.
movie?
No, sorry, I just had a fucking advertisement blare in my ear for 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, so there's a new Resident Evil movie trailer. So which Resident Evil is this? Resident Evil
Resident
47.
Evil Vendetta.
movie
92.
7? Is it 7?
I mean, from the trailer, it looks like they're entering a mansion, so maybe this is like a remake of the first one.
Wait,
Wait, they're not going to reboot the Resident Evil movie
Resident
franchise.
Evil
Like,
6.
That is not a thing.
No,
Resident
this is
Evil
like
6.
SWAT people.
the final chapter.
Lies.
Oh, it's confirmed
You know what
for
the
Japan
you know what the
so far.
worst part is? Fucking Mila Jovovich.
Jovovich.
She is terrible.
Yeah, she's not the best. She doesn't have any, like, expressions.
No, the only reason she's in these movies is because she's the director's wife. She's the
I would
worst.
actually argue that the only reasons the movies exist is to have her star in a movie.
Yeah, she's not even that attractive.
Well,
She
I
looks
disagree
weird.
with you there.
I don't find her very attractive.
All right, well, Dagless doesn't find Mila Jovovich attractive. Shouldn't be in movies.
Yeah,
So
shouldn't
take
be
her
in
out.
movies.
shit.
Not attractive. No, actually, I, I like it when non-attractive people are in movies. That's something I miss.
Leon
You
S.
get some
Kennedy.
good actors.
He's in here.
Oh, Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. They had him in a movie. They had him in the one before this one, and he
Yeah,
was
oh, yeah,
like
the
he
animated
was like no. Is this one animated too? Because if it's
Yeah, it looks
animated,
animated.
okay, then it's probably going to be good.
I don't
Was
believe it.
because
The
I know the
animated
other
ones
one that
are
you were
good.
talking about was like in an airport and like a plane crashes or some
No, no,
bullshit
no.
like
I'm
that.
talking about the live action Leon who is fat and ugly.
So this would be the sixth Resident Evil
No.
movie.
This will be the third Resident Evil movie. There's two Resident Evil movie franchises. There's the one with Mila Jovovich, and then there's the animated one which follows the story of the games. They released one that
Wait,
was,
so this has nothing to do with Mila then?
Oh
No,
yeah,
it
no,
doesn't.
the other one
Yeah.
is the final chapter.
Yeah, they released
Oh.
one after, like, it was before Resident Evil 6 came out, and it was the story. It was like a story in between Resident Evil 5 and 6 that set up some stuff for Resident Evil 6. So this new movie might be setting stuff up for Resident Evil 7, which is probably not going to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
No, is it setting up for 7? I don't know
It
about
might
that.
be.
I mean, I will have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Resident Evil's hasn't interested me since Dreamcast, I guess.
4
Code
is,
Veronica.
is the best one.
Which one?
4, Resident Evil
4
4
was good.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm wrong. That was the last one I played, not Code Veronica.
Resident Evil 5 was okay. Resident Evil 6 was okay.
The second one is probably the best of the live action stuff.
Mm.
And the first one was pretty alright. I mean, it wasn't very fantastic, but...
Resident Evil
alright.
7 just seems like they're like, hey, PT looked good, let's make that.
Oh, you guys are talking about the games. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, no, some companies seem to be taking a safe approach because they saw Outlast and PT, and they're like, let's make that. That's what, the people
Yeah,
who
but
made this game.
it's gotta have something to do with Resident Evil. Like,
Probably.
if they just, that's like taking, like, Metal Gear, making a zombie survival game, and calling it Metal Gear Survive.
Oh, shit. What a transition, Dagless.
Ooh. But I'm choosh. I
So, yeah,
did it.
you got
Yeah.
Resident Evil, Metal Gear Survive, which is basically taking the assets and engine from Metal Gear 5, and they're making a zombie game out of it.
You know what the worst part is, Cube?
What?
I actually want it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terrible.
It doesn't look bad. It looks sort of fun.
Yeah, if you have a group together.
It's 4-player Metal Gear 5. That looks like fun to me.
My thing
And
is
it's
that...
only going to be half price because they're using the assets. They're making a nice move, and it's
half
Konami.
price, $40. That's, I mean, that's kind of
$30
half
bucks, isn't
Oh,
it?
30
I thought
bucks?
it was $30. Yeah.
I haven't seen a definite price, but yeah.
Whatever.
It's
Yeah.
not going to be full price, which is always good. Yeah, but I'm excited
No
to have
interest.
a zombie survival game that's co-op. It's not. I don't think it's like online multiplayer
Like what's
open
the
world.
last like zombie survival co-op game? Like
Left 4 Dead.
probably like Dying Light.
Yeah, maybe.
Dying Light was good, but it rose from the ashes of Dead Island. But yeah, like Left 4 Dead was like the last like this is zombie survival with friends. Like this is the game you play. Nothing ever beat it.
I'm just excited to have one that's actually finished. You
Yeah.
know? Because all these other ones are not.
Yeah, too
They
much
really
early
are.
access, survival games, PvP. Left 4 Dead 2, Left 4 Dead, yeah, they same difference. Come on.
Left 4 Dead 2 is better.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Because it basically has
it
Left 4
has
Dead
the-
in it.
It has Left 4 Dead in it, yeah. That's
So-
like saying like a bagel with cheese is better than a bagel with no cheese.
Well,
It's factually true.
a bagel with no cheese has so many more possibilities than a bagel with cheese.
Yeah, it has possibilities, but it's not grasping those bagel possibilities. That was terrible. I'm gonna shoot myself now.
Do you know about what is it, Hideo Kojima's new game.
Hideo
Oh yeah,
Kojima.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, it looked all right. Now I didn't interpret this, but is the guy in the trailer pregnant with a baby? Is that what I was supposed to get out of this?
What I've heard
Does
is
this have
that
male pregnancy in it?
what I've heard is that when he picks up the baby, that's supposed and he's like crying and the baby disappears. That's supposed to be, and this is a theory. I don't know if this is true or not. That's supposed to be Kojima crying about Konami like taking away Metal Gear from him, which was his thing.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
It's so-
It makes sense for Kojima because Kojima's terrible at metaphors.
It's
I
so
feel
vague
like-
that it's subjective, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I had heard that he didn't want to do Metal Gear games for like years.
I don't know. I just feel like he wants to have sex with Norman Reedus at this point.
I
He's got a weird Norman Reedus fetish.
I
He
think
wanted to
they're
make
friends.
PT
They're
with him.
friendles.
Yeah,
They're friend bros.
because he's fucking him in the ass.
Yeah, they might be already
it's
diddling
sweet.
each other in the back room in that fucking
Yeah.
mocap
Don't-
suit.
Nor-
You just can't get off the Brokeback Mountain thing.
Hideo Kojima just watched Walking Dead, and he saw him with the crossbow, and he got caught up in the Daryl fever. That's what it is. That's why they like it's seriously like something about him. Like people have finally realized that crossbows are sort of cool. You know?
I mean, I think people have thought that bows and crossbows have been cool for a long
Yeah,
time. That's
but
why
not
that
the
fucking
mainstream public.
that's why that cliche of a person with a bow or crossbow exists.
Yeah, just being really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know what? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the male pregnancy. I'm watching the thing right now. I
Male-
think it's just crazy invisible.
He's attached to him with an umbilical cord.
I don't even know
Cross.
what the
Oh.
game is about.
No one does that trailer.
I feel like-
in a damn
I feel
thing.
like I feel like I heard someone
No.
say something about what. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like PT.
No. He said that there was a press conference in Tokyo or something like that. I heard Jesse Cox talking about this on the Co-optional podcast.
Yeah.
And apparently Hideo Kojima, or it might not even be Hideo Kojima, unless if he's the same guy. Yeah, it is. Never mind. My apologies. Hideo Kojima came out on stage and was talking about the game, and he was talking about how it was a survival horror game, of course, and it had open world and multiplayer elements to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's still very vague.
That trailer.
maybe your friends can be the baby.
That trailer did not portray survival horror to me.
Yeah.
That trailer portrayed what? That's
Oh.
all I got from that. Like what? Like it was pretty, but I don't know what the fuck it's about.
I
It's
imagine a
about
lot of the
invisible
same.
umbilical cord babies.
It's gonna have something to do with like oil. He's afraid of oil now.
Well, I imagine a
you
lot of
know.
the same elements that went into Silent Hills are going to go into Death Stranding,
Death Stranding.
because
Yeah,
you
maybe.
still have Norman Reedus in there, so I assume they're taking a lot more ideas.
I feel
from
I
that.
feel like Norman Reedus and Hideo Kojima just really want to work together.
Yeah, no,
diddle
he
each other.
got him in the breakup. In the breakup with Konami.
Well, it's not
he
like you're
took
gonna
over.
sign it. Like I'm pretty sure Norman Reedus was working there because he wanted to do something with Hideo Kojima. He's probably a Metal Gear fan. I mean, who isn't? Metal Gear is great.
I'm not. I've never played him really.
Yeah, well,
Really?
once you play a Metal Gear game, you will be a Metal Gear fan. Because I was in the same
Well-
boat up until like a year ago.
I mean, 3 was okay.
What are you talking about? 3's the best one.
What? You liked it
3
better than
is the
2?
Best Metal Gear. Yeah, 3 is the best Metal Gear.
I don't agree.
Wow. Got some infight. I like the first one on the NES. That's my favorite.
I couldn't get past the dog. I hate that game.
I
The
feel
dog
like-
is the first enemy in the game.
I really feel like 3 was the culmination of all of the the work they've been doing with like gameplay mechanics and whatnot, and it's got something to it that the others don't.
I don't know. It slowed down the action too much for me.
It's a stealth game.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it needs to be slow.
It's
It
true.
doesn't. Yeah, well, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, like the crawling was like
I didn't
mind-numbingly
really
slow.
feel it to be that slow. I felt like when I played Metal Gear 3, I was like, this is what I want in a stealth game. I want to think tactically about what I'm doing. I want options when it comes to my stealth. I want to be able to put camo on. I want to be able to crawl and I don't know. That game just like absorbed me when I first played it. I
That's
loved
fine.
it.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. It just
No,
didn't make
yeah,
an
it's just
impression
not
on
your
me.
favorite Metal Gear game. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Like I got it. Like 2, I played.
You can be
somewhat.
wrong about this.
Well,
Uh,
I'm not, but
no, I'm just kidding.
as we all know,
It's opinion. It's opinion.
yes. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't played beyond 3 though. That was the last one I played.
Five was good. Five had good mechanics, but
What about
it
4?
lost. It lost. I never played 4.
Oh.
I've heard.
I heard
I don't-
4 was like mostly cutscenes. It
People
was like
like 4, but I've never played it, so I assume it's good.
Which one
like-
can you play as that dude who's naked?
That's 2.
that's 2.
Oh.
But that was see, I don't want to say anything just because I want you to play it someday. But there's some like really just mind crazy stuff, and not that 3 didn't have that, but just some of the stuff they did in 2 was amazing and like impacted me and had an effect on me emotionally.
3 didn't really have that. 3
No,
was
it-
pretty straightforward.
What 2 didn't or 3 didn't?
No, 3 didn't. 3 didn't
Yeah.
have all the. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
3 was really.
3 had a pretty crazy thing, I think. When
Three-
when it comes together, but
The
I'm dancing around
bosses are
so
pretty
carefully.
crazy. You know, there's a lot of weird shit in 3.
He's an
but-
alien baby coming from
Well, I don't-
space.
No, if you want to go weird shit, like definitely 2, and that's not what I look for Metal Gear because some of the stuff you just stop and you're like, what the hell? Like everything was kind of realistic at this point, and you're gonna pull this like.
Yeah, I didn't realize that
that's-
the games
that-
were
that
like
was
that
something
until
that-
Jesse Cox was talking about Metal Gear Solid 5 and
The
brought up a
first-
fucking fire whale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The first time I played Metal Gear 3, I was like, "What? This stuff is just like a guy who shoots bees? Like what? This is stupid." But
you
then,
know, even that didn't register to me. It's more about a certain arm influencing. Like I don't want to say anything, but
no,
like.
no, yeah,
I-
there's a lot of shit that's just like, oh my god, like, oh, this is crazy. This doesn't make any sense. This is a stealth game with boss fights. What? But
Well,
then,
because for a while it's like so realistic, and they mention like Agent Orange and like actual things that happened in real life
Yeah.
in war. And they bring up the Y2K virus and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, yeah, there's like magic and like other crazy things and bee guys and fat
yeah, well,
exploding.
I mean, he
roller
keeps
skate men
going
and-
back and forth between psychic and ghost magic. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I get that's true because the first Metal Gear Solid did have a crazy psychic, which. But
like
there was a real psychic program in Russia, so like I gave that one a pass. Like they're just like, what if it actually worked?
Metal Gear 5 didn't do enough insane shit in the right places and was too serious in the wrong places, like the fire whale. There's no point to it. There's no like I don't understand it. You know, I'm not going to spoil anything about 5, but like some of the magical stuff just doesn't make sense. They don't explain the skull unit, like the special parasite guys who come after you. They never explain them. Why are they there? Are
Well,
they
that's
in
the
any
thing.
other?
I
They're
feel
not in
like-
any other Metal Gear games.
I feel like Kojima's just kind of like a kid, and he's like, you know, it'd be cool, like crazy cyber ninjas. Let's just put that in there.
Well,
Then
I
be
mean,
all right, like
that's
psychic
it. That's
ghost. Yeah,
That's if that was a Kojima decision. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just Metal Gear 5 lost the good seriousness, and it lost the good silliness.
Well,
you
to
know?
be fair,
It didn't
Dagless,
have either of that.
Dagless and Cross, you guys, I think I heard something about people think that Kojima just was screwed over by Konami
Oh,
because
yeah,
the
he
ending was
definitely
apparently pretty rushed or something like
Yeah,
that.
there's like a half of the game that is like cut out.
well, that might have like. Why did he leave? Was it that? Was it that they screwed with that?
No, he left because the fucking big old CEO, who's probably got ties to the Yakuza, just doesn't like him. So that he's like, fuck you. We're making pachinko machines. Prostitution in the back, you know? I wouldn't
Well,
be
I hope-
surprised.
I hope his new game does well, but yeah, I really just don't know what to think.
He's
based
already
on
selling T-shirts based off his new company.
Oh god.
He's got a lot of goodwill right now. It's just it could be crushed very easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he just wants to make something good, and that's always the first step.
Yeah.
Or he just wants to snort blow, make more pachinko. I hope he comes out with a fucking pachinko machine of Death Stranding
I hope he
before the
does
game
an
comes out.
acid joke.
Oh god.
And
So
then
yeah,
it
I don't know.
outsells
Do you guys have any
others.
current gaming news that you guys want to talk about?
No Man's Sky is a game that I don't have anything.
No, more like No Man's Die. Oh,
Or like
No
No
Man's
Man's Lot.
Lie.
Mm.
Oh, Sean
More
Murray.
like No Man's Buy.
That guy's got
Oh.
a big mouth. All right.
Apparently, the Bioshock PC remasters came out.
Yeah, I saw a video for that on my video because like ads run on my videos, and I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Wait, what? This is great! I'm having all the nostalgia."
I've heard that they didn't fix any of the bugs in the originals, and they just made it look a little
Did you
better.
guys know
That's
that
about
if
it.
you kill Mr. House in Fallout New Vegas with a golf club, you get the achievement uh a man chooses, a slave obeys.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Those are great games, by the way. If you haven't played them, fucking play them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
I'll Fallout 3 one day. Don't you worry.
No, no, not
It
Fallout.
probably doesn't work on this
Bioshock.
computer.
Fallout New Vegas. But play BioShock 1 and 2 and then never let your mind be sullied by Infinite. Infinite's
Infinite
not a
was.
ba-
I
it's
love
not
the
a
story,
bad,
man.
It's not a bad game, but
I
don't know, it
like
just sort of
Infinite better than
screwed
2.
everything.
2 had a very boring, crappy antagonist. Was the main problem. Like, not Ryan. But the
One
thing
was so
is,
good.
if it wasn't for like the protecting of the little sisters thing, like I actually like the gunplay, like gameplay better in like I think in 2 than any of the other games.
Well, you had a drill fist. How you can't
Yeah.
get better than drill fist.
Drill Fist was amazing.
It was
That's-
great because you had the both of your weapons up at once, and in one you had like the wrench and then the plasmids, or
Yes.
the gun, and then the.
You didn't have a wrench in BioShock.
It was
2.
so
Yeah.
good.
Well, I don't mean. I just meant like a weapon and then a
Melee,
plasmid.
yeah.
You only had one out at a time, but in 2 you
Oh.
had both of them sitting right there.
In the first one, though, you could do a lot with just the wrench if you got the right upgrades, which I loved. Like you could just turn into a stealth murdering machine,
Yeah.
just wrench people. It's great. But yeah, I would have let's played the second game, but I'm worried about copyright things because a bunch of them eventually appeared on the first
See,
game.
this is why you should stream them, because then you don't gotta worry about it. You just fuck it. Who cares? Who cares if it gets
No,
copyrighted?
because I like edited content basically.
Yeah,
I
well,
like-
you can always just edit it and then upload it to the archive instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Put your effort into the fucking Driving Out Found
Hey,
Archives
come on,
channel,
it's a team. It's a team
where
effort.
We get like 3
Hey,
views on
I'm
each
in
video.
the chat sometimes. I basically a member equal to boss at this point.
Okay. Well, I mean, no, you can't
Oh,
be equal to boss. Boss
yeah.
is always there.
I'm
Literally,
slightly less than boss, but I'm working. on it.
slightly. You sure about
All right,
that?
fine. Look, I show up. Yeah, I was gonna say Grosby, but he's made art. So look,
Okay, you're slightly above Ran, who calls me a big face with Frau fears or whatever. There you go.
but no, there's a few times. I mean, I'm probably gonna stream some Spore to be honest, because
Oh, but I watched the video and you said I don't know if I want to promise anything because
I don't want to promise it, but I've been thinking about it.
You should totally stream Spore. That'd be good. Then I can watch you miss more things.
Yeah, yeah.
But I honestly, I would totally like. I've been watching your Spore series, which is, the first time I've been watching your videos in a while.
Mm.
Because I used to
Yeah.
watch all your videos, and then I was like, "Fuck it, Cube's videos are better." And then Cube started playing
Oh,
shitty
shit.
Half-Life mods,
Oh shit.
That's rough.
and now I hate both of you. No.
That's some real time criticism there. Well, not really, just statements. I don't know.
Both of your guys' videos are good. I'm just
But yeah, the Spore's doing very well. Like better than any series since I think the last Federation. So I'm happy about that.
that reminds me. Oh, there was a game you should play.
Okay.
That's
game
sort of
you
like
should play.
Last Federation. You
Federation.
should play Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander.
Halcyon.
It's sort of a combination of Faster Than Light with Last Federation with like Final Fantasy.
What? Wait.
You basically the premise is like the entire Terran Federation gets wiped out and the rest of humanity lives on like colonies that got ignored and the starbase, and you build parties of ships that go out and do stuff, and when they fight they don't like shoot at each other and you don't do anything. They have abilities and you like go into a turn-based Final Fantasy sort of fight against the other ships.
I
And
don't
yet-
know how, but I've heard about this, and I've heard about it recently, and I can't remember where.
Are you subscribed to Many a True Nerd?
No.
Oh, well then I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused as to how I heard about this, but what
Maybe
you're
an
saying
ad.
sounds very familiar.
Probably an ad.
But yeah, it looks like the kind of game you would play. I played it and it was fun, but then it got really repetitive.
Yeah, someone sent me a space game, but I don't think it was that one recently. Oh,
But yeah, that's
I
like a
don't
game that I know you'd be interested in.
know.
Like for once, I'm like 90% certain you would enjoy it.
Fair enough.
Well, Dagless,
You can be a
speaking...
dog in it.
No, I can't. Stop trying. It's always
Alright.
a lie.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Why do you
Q?
play with my heart?
Speaking of games that people enjoy, we could talk about our favorite gaming genres. This is a topic that was brought up by Dagless before the podcast, and he wanted to ask us and have a little discussion about our favorite gaming genres and why we enjoy those genres.
Yeah.
So for
I'm
me,
not starting.
my favorite gaming genres are probably survival games and certain puzzle-solving games if they aren't too hard, and shooter games.
All right, but you got to pick one. What's your favorite? You
My
can't have three
favorite?
favorites.
I don't know if I can pick my absolute favorite either.
Yeah, me neither. Because
Alright,
if
okay.
you pick a different favorite one genre, then what if it mixes into a game that you like and
Oh,
then a game that
yeah.
you don't like?
That's true.
What about you, Douglas?
My favorite genres are like turn-based strategy and I guess like RPG, sort of.
Hmm.
I mean,
Like-
taking a look, you guys could just look at your top all-time
And
played
of
Steam
course,
games.
shooters.
Yeah,
No.
this is a very. I feel like we should have put some thought into this before
Hey, look,
starting the
you know,
podcast
Come on.
because
Well,
there's so many different genres.
Okay, what do you? Okay, all right. Go with your genres, Cross. Just it's just a quick thing, and then I've got an idea for how we can discuss
Yeah.
this.
I'm thinking at this point it might be third-person action games. I don't know if I'm just on a kick on that recently, but like the games that I really enjoy and feel the most badass are like a really well-crafted something with like platforming and combat that feels flowing. So like Path of Neo is probably one of my favorite games of all time. And I used to really like platforming. That's fallen off. I used to really like RPGs, but I'm trying to think the last time I really enjoyed a good RPG, and it's not enough for me to say that that's my favorite genre anymore, because a lot of the conventions just anger me at this point.
Dude, you gotta try Smite. If you like
No.
third-person games, and because you've been playing HOTS a lot recently,
Yes,
so you might really enjoy Smite.
it's possible.
You
But
should play Dark Souls. There you go.
I should play Dark Souls. There's no reason that I shouldn't play Dark Souls.
But yeah, basically, Cross just did what I was gonna suggest we do. Say why it is your favorite genre. So, like, why do you like survival games so much, Cube?
I don't know if it is because it's survival games. I think it's because I'm looking at the top games of my all-time played on Steam, and a lot of it is shit that you can sink time into, like Awesomots. You can always go back to that. Terraria, Payday 2, TF2, Warframe, Killing Floor, both 1 and 2, Binding of Isaac, and Fallout 4. All those are games that you can just sink hours upon hours into, and you can just get absorbed into those fucking games.
See, now, none of those are what you stated as your favorite genre, though, so I would argue that even if you spend more time with certain games, like, sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean it's your favorite.
Yeah.
Because my favorite genre is not MOBAs, but I definitely spend more time playing MOBAs than anything else recently. And freaking time management games on mobile, like, I joked about that before the podcast, but I spend way too much time playing them. They are not my favorite, though.
Yeah,
I
but
just can't stop.
they sort of suck a lot of people in. That's
Yeah.
like
I think
It's a
maybe
mental addiction.
maybe a like story-driven, character-building narrative games pretty much just as much as games that you can sink a lot of hours into. Maybe probably more actually. Games that offer a good story. Maybe that's why they aren't at the top of the list, because I can't keep going back to them. I won't get the same Skinner box,
That's
feeling.
true.
yeah.
Because you blow your load on the story one time around, and you're like, eh.
I do
Yeah.
like a good storied point and click. That is a good time.
I don't know, I tried Primordia, and I got up to the point where you have to solve a riddle or something for these two robots, and I just didn't care enough to go
Oh,
on.
Primordia was great.
Mountain
I
Blade
actually
Warbrand,
really-
that's a good one.
Like, forget all the controversy around it, but I actually really liked Broken Age. That was a pretty solid point and click.
You know what the worst part is? I liked it too, to a certain point. Like I
It was
liked,
good.
like take the guy out, make those Cthulhu creatures real, and just have the girl dealing with that. Perfect. There you go. There's a good story because it was just dark. You just watch these girls in a cake literally like get mauled and eaten, and they're enjoying
Well,
it.
don't give away like the stuff or anything, but
No, I know, but like, oh man, like I was like, holy crap! And then I played the guy's side of the story, and then I was like, oh,
there was some major pacing problems on that end. Definitely.
yeah,
Like they could have cut his beginning part down by. I know they were trying to convey that his life was boring, but you don't need to make the gameplay boring.
yeah.
to
You don't
convey
need to
that.
make the gameplay boring. Yeah, exactly. Let me repeat exactly what you said.
But I still liked it.
I think
But,
another thing I
I
really
mean-
like about maybe survival games and just other games in general is starting from a very tiny position, like in Mountain Blade Warband. You're just a single little scrub, and then you just slowly build up shit. You get a huge army
can
and take
see
over the
what
fucking
your-
realm.
What your you can see your progress. You know, it's like when we were
Yeah.
playing Savage Lands and we had like that little village built. It felt like we did something.
Yeah, but the reason why we fucking started hating Savage Lands is because it was such a huge grind for this shitty little shack that
Yeah.
we wanted to build.
Plus, the combat system was terrible.
Yeah,
Well,
Circle
that's the
Wolf.
thing. I was invested in you guys playing that because you were building things up, but I did not want to join. It didn't look fun.
Yeah. Well, I was invested too. Like we act like I was definitely invested, but like every time we would get into combat or like have to grind out that next thing, like when we were exploring and finding new stuff, that's when it was fun.
Yeah.
But when we were like, let's go fight this guy, and then it was literally just smack him and use a healing thing.
Or
Like,
run
and-
away if you're getting attacked.
or cheese him between two houses, you know? That was the worst. And also the compass was terrible.
The fucking. Hey, I remember
What
you
is
being
the
like,
point
the
of
compass
like,
isn't too
no,
bad.
literally. Okay, listen. It's a stone circle with the cross in the middle. It's got a I don't even know if it has a pointer on it, and it doesn't have a north, south, west, or east. It's just a circle.
Was
And
it
it doesn't-
was it a sundial? Was it
No,
actually
it's
a clock?
supposed to be a compass. It didn't point in the direction of north.
Yeah, it doesn't point in north because we know this because the thing points towards where the sun rises.
Yeah, and the place
Oh.
where the sun rises changes. At least I'm pretty sure it changes.
I don't think it
Well,
changes.
It always
seemed
goes from-
because I kept trying to find my way back to you. Remember when it took me like 3 hours to get my way back to you just because I was
yeah.
following the sun?
Sure. No, but I remember you went in the direction directly away from me, if I remember correctly.
It might have been different between our two games as well.
Maybe. That's possible.
So
Get
the
some
sun
decent-
was rising in a different place depending.
It
on
might
if-
have been.
if-
Yeah.
It's possible. Because I doubt they actually have a sun.
And there was a time we
rendering
tried to
out.
use the compass to find our way back from this house that we built, all the way back to our first home, and we walked around for like a few hours, and we're like, we gotta be close soon, and we're walking along the beach, and we just keep going, and then all of a sudden we see the house that we left
No.
from the left side of the house, and we came back at the right side, and both of us like without a word just could not stop laughing for like half an hour. It was great.
Did you walk around the circumference of the Earth?
We tried to walk around the entire beach, and somehow, instead of leading us back home, that led us back there.
Well, Dagless, you gotta realize I was the one leading us, so I probably fucked up hard somehow.
Man, it was so weird.
So we have 7 minutes left on the podcast. We can talk about what's going up
I didn't
on the
get
channel.
to talk about what my
Oh,
favorite.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
first,
go for
newsflash:
it, man.
butt kiss and companion sound exactly alike. That's great.
I'm Buckus. Listen to me. I like ponies.
Yeah, the one whose voice is deep but squeaks sometimes is companion. And I
And
don't
the
think
one
I've ever
whose
heard Buckus's voice
Voices
squeak.
squeaks, but deep sometimes.
Deep Squeak.
Um,
Oh, that'd
yeah,
be a
okay,
great
we
band
can
name.
just
Deep
skip my
Squeak.
thing. We can.
No,
Well, why
No,
do you
go
like
on.
card candies or
Go
whatever
for-
you were going to say?
Why
don't you?
do I like card candies?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or your game genre?
Okay, well,
That
you guys
too.
don't even remember what I said.
You said you liked prescription medication or something. I don't know. I don't
Okay,
remember.
I like prescription medication because when I'm feeling really down, it makes me feel like I'm in a place. There we go.
Known
done.
as a brown town.
Yeah.
Daggers, just say your fucking game genres and
No,
why you like them.
look, I said my game
Daggles,
genres. You guys don't remember.
This section
It's
doesn't
fine.
even matter.
Yeah, okay,
The
then we
last
can
section.
just we can just do the games we've
No,
been
no, I
playing.
mean-
the one
I
one
think-
that doesn't matter.
Out of time for the.
Yeah.
All
We're
right,
at-
okay. So my favorite genres are turn-based games, mostly because I like strategy and logic, and it's fun to think out things logically. That's why I play like Factorio and Blood Bowl. It's fun to have a intellectual opponent and do stuff with, and it's like I really like games where skill comes into account. I like being good at what I do.
Do you think a part of that is also, like I said, about building shit up and actually seeing a result, like Factorio?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone has that. I think everyone wants to see their progress. That's like just a game-centric thing. That's just like a life-centric thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like XCOM.
All right. So I was thinking, because we were kind of running out of time. Do you guys want to spend like 5 minutes during like kind of an after podcast, or like extend the podcast by like 5 or 10 minutes to talk about the few comments that we got from the past 2 weeks in the Q&A thread?
We could, or we could save them for a time where, like, we actually run out of things to say.
Okay.
Because, like, there are definitely some podcasts where we don't have anything to talk about. It's just this one we filled it easily.
All right.
So-
Well, we can just talk about what's going up on our channel then for now,
Yeah.
and what I guess what we've been playing if we need to. Dagless, you there?
Yeah, what's on your channel?
Here, I beat Super Metroid recently
Nice.
for the first time. That's the first time playing it, and I kicked its ass. And it's going up on the archive eventually. I was debating putting it up there because I got really angry at my internet cutting out and my controller disconnecting.
All 400 parts of it.
I think it's going up. No, it's only 9 parts. Nothing's going up on my YouTube channel. I'm still trying to think of something interesting to do. I don't want to do Let's Plays anymore. I want to do something interesting and creative. But I might just make a
Ooh.
new YouTube channel for
Ouch.
that. No, it's not a thing.
Ouch.
It's just.
You could
Let's
do a
Plays.
diary of Don't Starve.
I did that. I wanted to do. You inspired me to sort of do that sort of thing with your Die Tonight videos, because I was going to try to do a Die Tonight thing as well, but nobody wanted. I couldn't get into it. I was too late. Too late for Die Tonight. Yeah, so there's that, and then eventually when I beat Earthbound, that'll be up there, and Salt and Sanctuary. And
I just
yeah,
like that in the competition between me and Yoshi beating Earthbound, you're going to get second place.
did you already beat it, right?
I beat it a long time ago.
Okay,
Yoshi's
how
still-
how far am I? I've gotten what's the third character's name? Joe?
Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah, I got Jeff, and I think
You're
I'm
not
about
that
to
far.
fight the zombie leader.
Yeah, you're only in the third town.
Okay.
So, you're maybe a third of the way through, but possibly not.
What about you, Cross? What's going up on your channel?
I just released the final episode of Batman Arkham Asylum, along with a special episode that shows some of the, what are they called, the challenge maps. That one's hidden, so, you click the link, it goes there. Usually not a lot of people watch those, but I always just feel like I want to put, like, extra stuff in there for the people who really want it. I'm recording Mark of the Ninja. I'm going to try to record the whole series and release it, but I might just release the next one tomorrow. Me and 203 have recorded 3 more episodes of Portal, and I think we just need to record 1 more and we're finally done. And I guess, is that it? That might be it. Oh yeah, Breath of Fire is over also, so I actually need to figure out yet another game to play, assuming I have time to keep on doing this. Oh, and Spore, dear. Spore is going up. You can give me your Spore name in the comments of a video or some other way, and I will add you, and there is a chance that your creatures could appear, but it pretty much has to be a creature from the tribal stage on at this point, because the creature stage is more or less done at this point.
Yeah. Now you get to do the silly tribal and city stuff, the worst parts of the game.
I really liked the city one. I understand why people didn't because it's like all the stuff that you did suddenly did not matter at all. Like you couldn't even see your
It's
creature.
it's like a terrible RTS though.
Hmm.
It's just terrible. It's like brutal
All right,
legend.
but when like the religious guys take over a town, it's amazing because a giant hologram of your creature appears and he's like, and he's just like proselytizing to a city, and eventually they just bow to your will because they're like, all right, this is a good
I
hologram.
guess he's got the true God.
Yeah. Like I had a race. The longest time I played was an entire race based on being really religious and waging a holy war on the universe. It was great. I played it for hours. But yeah, that's what that's about. Companion.
Up on my channel, gonna be continuing KOTOR. I think I'm actually pretty close to the end of that game, so that's, that's pretty good. Also started a new series called Duskers, which is a top-down 2D indie roguelike game with a very interesting aesthetic and horror elements to it. It's where you control drones searching derelict ships in a dead universe. There's an infestation that went through there, and you're trying to find survivors and fuel to make it through and find out what the fuck happened there. So far I've been playing it, it's been a little kind of samey after a while, so I think I'm going to have to edit it after a certain point, because otherwise it might just get boring to watch. Dagless, you told me that things happen later on if you push through that.
Yeah, things happen.
Things actually, like,
You can
happen?
like end the story. I think
Okay.
you can like either you end the story or you just find out like
What happened?
what happened.
Okay. Well, I think I'm probably going to continue playing that, even though it's a little samey. Probably just edit it a bunch, so that's going to be going
You know,
up.
people like Quill 18 play like Dwarf Fortress, and Dwarf Fortress gets like really samey, but people watch like hours of him playing it.
I mean, sure, but Dwarf Fortress is so huge and so much shit can happen in there.
I suppose that's true.
In Duskers, it's like you enter a ship, you open the airlock, you do a motion scan for zombie monsters, and if there are none, then you go in the room.
But what about the situations where your motion scan just fails during a mission, or your generator fails, and you have to rely on your pry-bar drone that has to like open up the doors, and you don't know what's behind the door, and you're just ready to move all your drones back, and you got that suspenseful situation, like there are things that happen that
Yeah.
it's just like, oh fuck.
There's random events that can go off.
It's
and-
very humdrum until something happens. 'Cause
Exactly.
you have your formula, but
I'm
shit
sorry. What
will
game is
happen.
this?
This is
Duskers.
Duskers. It was sent to me by Relicti, and it was subsequently sent to Relicti by the company Misfits Attic, but he didn't think it was his cup of tea, so he sent it to me, and he
Gotcha.
was like, hey, you want to make a video on this?
It's a
Fair
great
enough.
game. It's an amazing game. It basically you do everything through script. Anyways, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, Alchemila, Silent Hill Alchemila, and that's pretty much all that's going to be going up on my channel, so...
Fair enough.
I guess that's the end of the podcast then, guys. If you want to ask a question for us to answer on a future Waiting Queue podcast, feel free to ask us on this thread I'm going to link right there. You can go there and ask us, or you can just ask us in the YouTube video comments if you're watching this as a VOD. But thank you. And this has been the Waiting Queue podcast for 9/19/16. It was with myself, Cross Knights, and Dagless. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we'll catch you guys. Zoop doop.
Yeah, Zoopadoob.
Yeah. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Get out of here.